Hey there! If you're an online tutor, you already know the potential is massive. But let's be real, the day-to-day juggle can be completely overwhelming. Well, today we're going to fix that. We are building your ultimate digital toolkit, walking through 10 essential tools that will totally transform your workflow, making your job easier and your teaching way more effective. So, let's dive in.
Does this sound a little too familiar? You're juggling messages from different student groups, trying to track homework through an endless sea of notifications, and it feels like you spend more time on admin than you do on actually teaching. This feeling, this WhatsApp chaos, is a huge, huge pain point for so many tutors out there. But what if you could just make all of that go away? That's what this is all about. This is your blueprint to move from that chaotic, reactive mess to a streamlined, professional, and even scalable system. We're not just going to list a bunch of apps, we're building a complete, integrated workflow from the ground up.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll set up your core virtual classroom. Then we'll build out your command center for all that management stuff. After that, we'll look at some awesome tools to boost student engagement. And finally, we'll cover how you can actually scale your business. Let's get to it.
First things first, we're talking about the absolute foundation of your online setup, the tools you need for live teaching and for making your virtual classroom feel as real and interactive as possible.
Let's start with the tool our source material calls the backbone of online teaching. And honestly, they're not wrong. This is the non-negotiable starting point for any tutor who's serious about teaching online.
And that tool is, of course, Zoom. It's so much more than just a video call, right? With screen sharing, you can walk students through anything on your computer. The built-in whiteboard is a lifesaver for working through math problems in real time. And maybe most importantly, you can record every single session, which gives your students a killer revision tool they can go back to whenever they need it.
Now let's take the whiteboard concept a step further. On one hand, a standard digital whiteboard is great. It replaces the old chalkboard. But then you have something like whiteboard.fi, and it's a whole other level. Imagine every single student getting their own personal board, and you can see all of their work all at once from your screen. This is huge. It means everyone is actively doing the work, not just passively watching you. It's a total game changer for engagement.
Okay, the live class is over, but the work isn't done yet, is it? Now, let's build your command center. These are the tools that will help you conquer all that admin and finally get organized.
Because here's the reality for so many tutors. You've got different batches of students, all with their own notes, their own assignments, their own questions, and trying to manage all that through email or a dozen WhatsApp groups, it just turns into a nightmare of lost files and missed deadlines.
So solution number one is Google Classroom. Seriously, think of it as your digital filing cabinet and your assignment tracker all rolled into one. You can create a totally separate, self-contained space for each class, post all your notes in one central place. And the best part? It automatically tracks who's turned in their homework. No more chasing.
Now, this doesn't mean you have to ditch messaging apps completely, not at all. WhatsApp and Telegram are absolutely vital for bridging that physical distance. They are perfect for sending out quick class reminders, urgent updates, and for that rapid, on-the-go support when a student just has a quick question. It's all about using them for what they do best, speed and immediacy.
But what about tracking each student's individual journey? For that, you need what the source brilliantly calls a digital brain. This is for your eyes only, your private, detailed records. And this is where a tool like Notion comes in. It is the ultimate tool for personalized coaching. You can build a profile for every single student to track their progress, make notes on their strengths and weaknesses, and plan out future lessons. So, say you have a student who's a whiz at geometry but struggles with algebra. In their Notion profile, you can log their quiz scores and draft a lesson plan that specifically targets those tough algebraic concepts. It's all right there, in one interconnected dashboard. It's like your secret weapon for delivering truly tailored tutoring.
So we've got our classroom, we've got our command center. Now for the big question. How do we make sure our students aren't just showing up, but are actually learning and remembering this stuff? Let's talk engagement.
Look, assessments are crucial, but the grading can be a total time sink. This is where Google Forms is a lifesaver. You can create quizzes that auto-grade themselves, literally saving you hours every single week. But the real magic is in the data. It will instantly show you which questions and therefore which topics the whole class is struggling with. This isn't just grading, it's a diagnostic tool that lets you perfectly tailor your very next session. And for making revision actually stick, you've got to gamify it with Kahoot. This turns what could be a really dull review of formulas or facts into a super fast-paced, competitive game.
The live leaderboards create this sense of healthy competition that really boosts focus and recall. And trust me, it's surprisingly effective, even for students prepping for serious, high-stakes exams. Okay, so you've streamlined your teaching and your management, you've boosted engagement, now what? How do you grow? This next set of tools is all about moving from being just a tutor to running a true education business. Just think about how many times you explain the exact same core concept. Well, with OBS Studio, which is a powerful and totally free screen recording software, you can record a perfect, professional explanation one time. Build up a library of these topic-specific videos, and you've suddenly created reusable assets that will save you countless hours. Your teaching materials should look as professional as you are. And Canva lets you do just that, even if you have zero design experience. You can easily create clean, beautiful formula sheets, helpful infographics, and polished presentations that just make your content so much easier for your students to understand and remember.
And this right here is the final step to really scaling. A learning management system, or an LMS, lets you bundle all those videos and materials into a structured course that students can access anytime, 24/7. Whether you use something like Moodle or Teachable, the point is, this moves you beyond just trading your time for money. It lets you automate content delivery and truly grow your business.
So we've looked at 10 really powerful tools. But here's the thing, they aren't just a random list. They fit together perfectly into a single cohesive system. Let's take a look at what that streamlined workflow actually looks like.
And this lays it out so clearly. It's basically a 4-step process. You teach live using Zoom and interactive whiteboards. You manage all the admin with Google Classroom for the group and Notion for the individual student. You engage them with Google Forms for assessments and Kahoot for fun revision. And finally, you scale your business by creating assets with OBS and Canva and then delivering them through an LMS. So here's the most important takeaway. You now have the complete blueprint. This isn't about trying to use every single tool tomorrow. It's about understanding how they all fit together to build a tutoring practice that's not just effective, but efficient, engaging, and totally ready for growth.
So you have the toolkit. The only question left is, what are you going to build with it? Thanks so much for tuning in.